What's going on, guys?
What's up? So,
We've been a little busy, and yeah, we've been kind of struggling with time a little bit, so we hadn't filmed a whole lot. But we got most of the engine completed. We just got to run a little bit of fuel line, but exciting news. I don't know if you can see it down there. Way down in there, we've got a hole cut out for a clutch pedal and a master cylinder.
Where did we get that? Oh,
That was off an 03 Civic.
Yeah, what was it, like anything over 2002 or something like that?
I could not tell you, but I guess it's similar to an EM1 master cylinder, so it's got a little longer rod. It's got this little area here, but it doesn't have the little triangle diaphragm that sits right here.
The delay.
Yeah, it's a little delay valve. So we wanted all the quickness.
Yeah.
And got lucky just playing in the junkyard today and found one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna mount that in and put a pedal in.
So let's talk about a few other things that we did today, though. Too.
Oh yeah.
So the radiator. Now it's not the original position. Obviously, was straight up and down.
Yeah, we've got this at an angle so we could use both the factory fans.
Yeah. So both factory fans are in there, and you'll see that it's tight, but
It's very tight.
But it's good. They're actually not touching, even though it seems like they are. They are, but there is actually an airspace between there, so that's good.
Yeah, we got the lower radiator hose with the little $30 swivel head adapter I got off of Amazon.
Yeah. And then you used that was that one hose. That was the one from.
Yeah, that was the original lower hose that I was able to use after making the slant on this.
Yeah, once the slant happened, then yeah, the one from there was actually used. We had to cut like 1.5 inches off the end of it. But.
And then this is the original hose from the K24, and you just have to over tighten the clamp a little bit to get it to fit the radiator.
Yep. But
yeah, we're fixing to stab in a clutch and.
Yeah, and then the cables, we're going to try something. Everybody says that you got to use certain...
The 06 to 11 cord with a V6. Yeah, the J36 motor or whatever in the manual transmission. But this is a 5-speed, not a 6-speed. So when I look today, the same 03 Civic that this came off of has good cables and a good box. So we're going to take the cables off of it and probably take the box out. And the way it shifts, and we'll show you that later in the video or in the next video, whichever one we decide to do. I'm probably going to lose my front cup holders, which race car life.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even, he's even considering not putting the interior back in. So I mean,
yeah,
who cares? Also, he ordered a piece because the SI doesn't have this EGR piece, so he has a piece that's going to delete all of that. But that adds a whole new issue with the radiator hose that will.
CRZ handle.
Where is it again? Yep, there it is. CRZ life, right? All right. So.
All right, I'm gonna stick my little thing down in the little hole.
All right, stick it in. Really? All right, go whenever you're ready. Just stick it in.
Oh, she's tight.
Oh yeah. Oh, that looks like it's gonna fit pretty good. Yeah, it fits great actually. Yeah, I mean there's a little bit of room to play, but I mean it fits pretty good. You could probably wiggle it around. I mean it has a lot of play room, so yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's gonna fit good. Not too tight. It says not too tight.
Sweet. Alright.
Now, whenever y'all go to do this, if you have an automatic also, you actually have a bit of a recessed area here that actually, it shows you where to actually put the bolts and everything in the holes. So, don't worry about that. Now, one other thing we're probably going to have to deal with is this pedal here. You know, it's a bit big pedal.
I'm just going to cut it off.
Yeah, he says he's just gonna cut it. So
Because I don't feel like spending the money to buy a new one because this is Southern gears.
yeah, so he's gonna get down here and hook up the pedal because that pedal and everything's gonna work because it's the same pedal and everything.
Let me show them that real quick.
Yeah. So
When you get out of there,
let me
I'll let you get out of there first.
Yeah, let me get out of this bitch.
He thinks he's gonna go for another.
What's up, girl? She's got her Mr. Bill.
All right, so this is the same clutch pedal they use in a Honda CRV, the same pedal that they use in the Civics, most all the pedals. Well, in the CRZ, they don't have this whole top part. So I cut the top of it out. That gives you the wiggle room, and you know, we're going to see what happens because all it's going to be is those two bolts holding it together with the master. But there's really no real tension on it, and I don't have a super huge clutch, so.
You're gonna have to open the door because this one's also broken.
I'm the lucky son of a bitch that has two broken handles on my CRZ.
So lucky.
Most people only get to experience that once at a time.
Okay, so as you can see, the pedal is now mounted. I'm not going to press it though because we're not trying to add any air to the system. But as you can see, it is kind of close to that over there.
We're going to take that out and just beat it flat, whatever we
Yeah.
have to do.
Take it, and I think you may end up needing to like bend that pedal a little bit. It kind of looks like it might need a little bending to the right a little bit. But I'll let you look at that once you get, because he hadn't been here to see it fully mounted yet. So. But yeah, I think it needs to
It's going to be a little.
just a little bit.
One time, I'll bleed it.
Hold on, let me. You hold the camera. I gotta get the. All right, so it's obviously gonna. Yeah, so it hits right here, but you know it's just that foam stuff right here, so should be able to get that.
Yeah, we'll get that worked out.
But yeah, so you got.
I'm going to take a little bit of that brake pedal out too because it's
Yeah.
awful close.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean,
And them sexy chicken legs.
woo! Oh, that's too hot for YouTube right there.
Alright, so I couldn't find any of the proper clips, so had a couple of these little key rings. We're just going to use those temporarily until we can get the right shit.
So, as you guys can see, everything is hooked up there. I zoomed in and let y'all see that pretty nice and closely.
Yeah, so we had to make a couple little brackets to mount the old mount, and we turned it around backwards because when we pulled this off, the transmission was on that side. So we just made a little straight bracket that came off here, and then made a little plate to mount to this hole, and welded a couple studs in to screw those on too. But you see it from out there.
So, yeah.
First, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah. Nice. Man, that thing is working pretty good. Looks like it's gonna work pretty dang good. It's funny, but there were people saying that this was not possible.
So we on one of the Facebook pages
Show
anyway.
them this in here real quick.
So yeah, we got first gear, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse.
Nice. That is nice. So we got pedal.
We
got
did lose
shifter.
the cup holders.
So where did we get the shifter, the cables,
Right,
and the
so
trans?
The shifter and the cables and the bracket all came out of a 2003 Honda Civic. The pedal came from a 05 Honda CRV, but turns out it's the same pedal as the '03 Honda Civic, so I have an extra pedal now. And the transmission was from an '08 Honda Civic, or Honda Accord,
Okay. Yeah.
with a 2.4 liter in it.
Nice. That's why it bolted up so well, because it came from one of the... Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why the bracket also was, we had to do some...
Yeah, the motor, the cables and the shifter and the bracket came from were all from a D15, or no, it was a D16 motor. So yeah, but they do fit. You kind of pull them a little tight, but they do fit.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't have to get the six-speed.
Six-speed. I think it's the 07 through 11 Accord.
Yeah.
Manual six-speed.
Yeah. So you don't have to
That's
get
the one
those.
that everybody recommends, but I think that's just to make that bracket work. And I think that's for the six-speed, but I don't know for sure. But I do know that the '03 will work and the '03 Civic will work.
The cup holders, they look like they may actually work too.
No, they won't. If you come
They
in
go deep.
close.
It goes deeper than that. I wasn't sure how deep they went. It just looked like there might be something, but yeah.
I think I got a light on me.
You can take the camera in.
Yeah. So with the shifter, you can kind of see that main bracket or the shifting linkage goes right there in the cup holder, and it's real shallow. So there's no cup holder anymore. So I'm gonna make a plate, and that's where I'm gonna put switches. Yeah, other than that, we got the radiator fully mounted. I went ahead and got a coolant bypass, which kind of deletes all the EGR stuff, because this harness was pushed way out here, having wherever the hell I put it, in the chair. Yeah. So I cleaned up all that crap, because I was gonna have to put an ugly bypass plate on it, and it was ugly. That looks better, and I can fill my radiator from up there now, and keep from getting an air bubble that's hard to get out in these things.
It was like $30-something.
Yeah, it was like $30-$40 for this thing, and if you're gonna do it, don't do what I did. Buy the one with the filler neck on it. That way you don't have to worry about having to use a funnel with this thing.
Yep.
Other than that, yeah, we're getting closer and closer.
Had to modify this hose a little bit too, because the other one kind of came out at a 45 from right here, and that one came straight out. So that was a bit of a challenge to work with.
So we put a little heat wrap on here to just protect that plug.
There's a few connections we still gotta figure out.
I've still got to run a line from the slave cylinder to the master cylinder, and then bleed that system out, and a couple of harness plugs, and we're got a fuel line.
Yep, gotta figure out that part, because it's a really small line, which we may. One thing I was gonna recommend is we buy one of the AN fitting line kits, and I'm sure there's because that's a really small. It's not even 3/8. It looks like 5/16.
Yeah, I'll probably just go ahead and run AN.
Yeah, because we could get a compression fitting down at the pump area probably, or some sort of fitting to go in there, and that way it's 3/8 all the way up here, which is what you want anyways.
Yeah.
So that was my thought.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Sharky video this week.
And got an alternator replaced. I installed this one while he was busy doing some stuff. And what you have to do is, because of the bracket and everything being this far out, you actually have to remove this. It barely fits, but it does fit. It's just really tight. So just keep if you're not able to get it in, take out this bracket and maybe move the radiator back just a touch if it's way up here. And I had to trim out some of the fins on the radiator fans.
There's gonna be like a fin holder.
Yeah, probably so.
Hang on.
Yeah. Well, nice.
All right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed this video, and we're closer and closer to firing it up.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe.
And check out the next videos coming up, because that one's going to be a good big video that's really like a critical part to this. So, yeah, stay tuned.
Something big's coming.